with Del and Artie. Happy to be here today to take your questions live and chat with you guys. I hope you're having a blast at the summit. I think it's a really novel idea. The whole five supplies or less thing, it was a challenge. And I think for the creators, it was a challenge, but does make it easier for creating cards. And I want to know what you guys think about it. And if you have any questions for my session, that went live this morning, I'm happy to oblige. What's going on, everybody? Also, have you downloaded my free guide yet? If you haven't, you can go to delandarty.com/Copic4. I have a guide there for you guys. Jane says, do you own Brutus Monroe? If yes, how did you come to that name? I do not own Brutus Monroe, and I'm not associated with Brutus Monroe, though I used to design on their design team for a little bit. Uh, but I believe Christopher, the owner, named Brutus Monroe for his dog, for one of his pets. Yeah. Stress-free card making. Where do you look for inspiration? I look especially when I'm feeling like I don't have inspiration. I'm not feeling super inspired. I love to go to Instagram and scroll through some of my favorite artists like Debbie Hughes. Debbie Hughes is probably my biggest. She doesn't know it, but I'm her biggest fan. I love her stuff. Um, Although I'm not at her level, but she is really inspiring. Also, I love watching Jennifer McGuire videos, and I love watching Kathy Zilski. She is not only a fantastic human, she is very talented and right up my alley for her style. So, yeah. Instagram, my friend, grab you some artists that you like and go for it. Andrea says, you said Hero Arts is a good ink that works with alcohol markers. Which other inks would you work with or would work? Um, I like to use Gina K Amalgam ink. The amalgam works with watercolor, it works with alcohol markers, and it's just a really safe bet for Copic markers. I love working with it, and Gina K has them in different strengths, so you can do no line coloring if you like with her lightest colors, or you can use her black ink, her blackest ink, and they work really well with Copic markers. You know. Question: where can I find Copic Starter PDF Edition 2? I located 1, 3, and 4, but not 2. You know what? If you want, I think I have it. Let me see if I can just pull it up real quick on my website. I don't have it as a listed website, but I have it available there. So let's see. Let's see, my friends. Copics 2. Yeah. If you want, you can go to delandarty.com/Copics2, COPICS2. And there's a get the guide form there, and you can fill that out. How about that? I'll just type that in the chat there, the private chat, and maybe Ardith can help with that. All right. Nicole says, as the freebie is guide number 4, I assume there are others. Where do we get those? That's kind of a similar question, right? But 1, 2, and 3, there might be an easier way to get that. It's just it's hard for me to if everyone sends me an email. I have an automated system for it. But yeah, if you want it, you can just send me an email as well. I can do that. delandarty@gmail.com is my email address. If you just send your request there, that'll work. Or I can, you know what? I could just publish them on. I can publish those 3 in a special place for you guys. How about that? And then on my website, delandarty.com. It was just posted by our artist. I'll put them up there for you guys for a little while. So after the show today, give me about 10 minutes or so, or 15, and I'll put them up for you. That way you can look for them there. Question: what is your go-to card style when in a rush? Oh, my go-to is storybook style Copic coloring. If I need a quick card real fast, I grab something from Colorado Craft Company. Um, they have a new release coming tomorrow, and I have one right in front of me that was super easy to color. But I used colored pencils for this one. Mostly, I just grab a few markers and just do a quick, simple storybook style coloring thing. If you wonder what storybook style coloring is, just look at some of my videos on youtube.com/DellandArty, and you'll find lots of inspiration there on storybook style coloring. Could you show that fabulous card you created? You want me to dig through my cards over here? Oh, let's see if I have it out. If I have it out, you'll be in luck. Otherwise, I may have it on my desk over here, my photo area. Give me just a second. I'll see one more little pile. If not, you'll be out of luck, my friends. Ah, there it is. I found it. I found it. Here it is. Ooh. Let's see if that'll focus. There we go. There's the card. It's mirrored here on my screen. I can unmirror that, I guess, but so you can see the sentiment correctly. I think you can see an actual picture of it, but there I unmirrored it for you. There we go. Let's be naughty and save Santa the trip. I think that's really funny. All right. Where are we here? If you only could buy and use 5 Copic markers, what colors would you choose? Ooh. If I could only do 5 Copic markers, I wouldn't do it. How about that? If I could only do 5, I guess I would do warm gray 5, 3, and 1, or 5 and 1. I would do warm gray 5 and 1 for my grays. I would do R29 and R24 because I could mix those two together on my glass mat. And I would probably do YG 95, something like that. I don't know. That's only 5. Couldn't do much with those, but I use those a lot. So, yeah. But that's me. You may want something else, Tell us about that Kula site. Colors. It's www.Coolor, I think. I forgot how to spell that. Coolors.co. There it is. COOLORS. That's accept all cookies. Okay, so Coolors, COOLORS.co.co. It can generate palettes of color for you, and it can also tell you which colors match the Copic numbers for that color. So say you want to come up with a beautiful Christmas color palette, but you don't want it to be a traditional dark green, dark red color. You can go in and just say, start a generator, pick me a new palette, and maybe you can add one of the colors that you want. And then it'll put in lots of color combinations that go with that color. And then it'll tell you which Copic markers to use for that, but you have to fiddle with it and learn how to use it a little bit. I do have a video where I do that for you on my YouTube channel, but you just type in the search in my YouTube channel, COOLORS. Type that in there, and that video should pop up for you. What is the story behind Delland Arty's channel name? Thanks, JJ. So when I was in Bible college, I'm a pastor. Those who don't know, um, I was in Bible college, and a friend of mine and I used to always see the big name pastors have initials, their initials instead of their actual names before their last name. So Reverend RJ, whatever. And so we were making a joke, kind of making fun of the self-important preachers uh, by changing our initials to DL and RD. His is Ricky Daniel, and I'm Daniel Lee. So my initials are DL, and his are RD, and we always just called each other. Eventually, became to be known as Dell and Artie in Bible college. And he was a good friend, and I just decided I thought Artie was a great name for a community of people who liked art and like to make crafts together with me. That's kind of where it came from. And he's still my friend. How did you learn to color with Copics? Your cards are great. When I color, it brings kindergartner vibes. Good. Kindergarten's fine. Um, I learned by just watching people online. I did take a class. I didn't finish. I'm like that. But, yeah, I took a class. I love watching Violetta Ink. So if you look at the PDF I sent, the freebie that I sent out, there's a link to Violetta Ink, to her website, and she has great combos there where she does videos and making combos of those and blending combos. I think that's another way that I learned about different things. So just picked it up watching other people. How do you feel about clean and simple? I actually have a hard time. Jillian, I love clean and simple. Um, you have to resist the urge to fill up the whole space. You have to learn to enjoy white space, let white space be your friend. I know that can be hard, but like clean and simple is my style. I love clean and simple. I can do complicated things. This is another look. There's a clean and simple card. Clean and simple. Clean and simple. Like I've got, look, this is a Tim Holtz sent me some of his stuff, and I end up making a clean and simple something out of Tim Holtz stuff, which isn't normal because his is multimedia. This is not clean and simple, a little less clean. But yeah, clean and simple is my fave. It's my jam. I like a lot of white space. Look, you see how I put that yawn behind the card? Someone stole half my coffee this morning. So, best craft room organization tip. My favorite one from last summit was craft room reset. Just, let it fly for a while and then decide, take a day and just reset. Don't stress it out. Don't worry about it. You're going to get messy. Like right now, I'm due for a reset. Another thing that I would really love for you guys to do is get a bunch of Alex drawers and get little drawer organizers. So amazing. This totally changed my organization here in my craft room. What was the electronic eraser you used? Where is that darn thing? It's just a little one I got off of Amazon. This one's an Amazon Basics. So just go to Amazon Basics. Listen to this. Ooh. Little Amazon Basics. Probably cost me $6, and it comes with extra erasers in it. What paper do you use for your Copic coloring projects? Right now, because I'm out of Express-It card, I'm just using plain cardstock. Accent white, opaque white. It's not the best for Copics, but if you want the best for Copics, get Express-It card, and that's designed for coloring with Copic markers. I just got some coming to me. It's on its way from Simon Says Stamp. So I'm excited about that. How long did it take you to feel like you were good at coloring? What advice do you have for newbies? Mm, I don't know. I mean, I've always kind of been a good colorer since I was a kid. I was a good colorist. Won little art awards in class and whatever. But yeah, when I got older and started playing with Copics, there's a learning curve with it. It took me a little bit, but um, but I was doing it every day for hours. So we're talking every day for hours for about 6 months. Yeah. I mean, it took a lot of practice and it still does. I mean, I'm still learning things. So, um, and I make mistakes with my coloring still, but I think yesterday on the live for with Tim Holtz when he was showing off all the makes for the Stamp Timber exclusive for him. I have some of my projects that were shown in there, and they really made me happy. Like I was really happy with the result of my tags. I don't have them to show you. You can see them on Instagram. I had to send them over to him, but yeah, I was really really pleased. But now it's been 5 years since I started, so you know. I'm at a place where I'm more and more pleased with my coloring. I'm happy. Where did you get your paper storage that is behind you? I got that on Facebook Marketplace. There was a craft store that closed up in south of Boston. I live near Boston in Providence, and there was a store that closed up there, and I she had it up on Facebook Marketplace, so that's where I got it. Daniel, I'm sure you've told us before, but how did you get into paper crafting and how does your wifey have and does your wifey have any interest in it with you? I love your space, by the way. Thank you, Margaret Ann. First of all, I appreciate that you love my space. Thank you. Um, since I'm a pastor, I have a lady in our church who is a card artist. She is fantastic. She has a YouTube channel, Paper for Life, Paper with Life. Her name is Vilma Mendez, and it's in Spanish though, so um, some of you will understand it, some of you won't. But everyone understands coloring and paper cutting and all that. So, anyway, she would come to church with her craft sometimes and do things with the kids. And she did a card making session, and I fell in love with all the little details and stuff in there. And I thought I would like to try that. So I snuck out, went to a craft store and bought some stuff. Made all the mistakes that first time paper crafters make by buying the wrong products and spending too much money and using cheapo, crappy stuff. Anyway, when I got it home, I did my best and I really enjoyed it, even though I didn't have the right supplies. And I really I fell for it, like really fell hard. I just loved it. So that's how I got into it. And my wife does not do paper crafting. I mean, she's tried it a bit and she thought she might like it. I bought her some Catherine Pooler inks and I bought her some acrylic blocks and some different things to play with, but she isn't really into it. She does a lot of other things. She's really into cooking. So that's her deal. Is there a technique you've tried that you hated? That I hated? Uh Probably. I think there's one that I'm not very good at that I don't it's just not me. I think it's fun. I like to watch the videos of people doing it, but it's not my like I could sit and watch Tanya Ahmed make paper prints on a gel press all day, and I've got a gel press, and I just I can't get myself to do that. I It's just so much, too many layers, too much mess, too much I keep my desk messy, and so I'm gonna get splatters everywhere and spills everywhere. I don't know. I can't do it. I like to watch her do it though. I love Colorado Craft Company. What is your favorite stamp from Colorado Craft? Ooh, my favorite stamp from Colorado Craft. Mm. Oh my goodness. I think my favorite all-time stamp from Colorado Craft could be the Santa and sleigh. The Santa and sleigh with the reindeer. It comes in two sizes. One is like a big and bold, and the other one is a slim line. And I just really, really loved coloring that. That was really fun to color. Yeah. And besides that one, the Anita Jerem line, just anything that they have in that line makes me smile. I also love the florals. Man, I just keep going, but yeah, Colorado Craft Company is my jam. Like they are my friends. They're we hang out, a lot online or whatever. So they're very supportive. What's the best tool for alcohol marker blending and how do you push remove ink mistake spots? The best tool is a steady hand and good eyes. And if you don't have them, get you some glasses. You're going to need those, especially when you get up there in age. The right paper is very important. I think you need a colorless blender. Make sure you have a colorless blender to help you remove mistakes. Um, that's really the eraser for Copic markers. Besides that, get the right paper. Express It is the best, and Copic markers need the colorless blender. But there are other things that can help you with your Copic markers, and those are called colored pencils. So get you some Polychromos pencils. Those are the best. Get you a nice pencil sharpener, and then just add little details that you want to add. Make sure your pencil's sharp, right? Then add little details you want for texture and other things. You don't have to just use Copic markers. You can use colored pencils with it too. But get good ones. Don't get cheap ones. Cheap ones will only frustrate you. Unless you can only afford cheap ones. Then get cheap ones. Do you have any crafty quirks, things you like that others don't, or vice versa? I think I do. What do I like that others might not like? I don't know. You know what? Sometimes I make a card and I post it on Instagram and I'm thinking this card is the best card ever. And no one likes it. Like it doesn't go, like it gets no coverage. People don't hit like, people don't comment on it. And I'm like, I love that card. And then sometimes I put a card up I don't really, I'm like, I'm not sure about that one. And then 500 people like it. So I don't know. Maybe I don't have the same, like, I'm not really into really cutesy little images. I like Anita Jerem images because they're more storybook style, but I'm not super into like cute little pigs and cute little cows and cute little unicorns or anything like that. Butterflies, especially. Ugh, I hate butterflies. I mean, I don't hate real life butterflies, but I don't want to make butterfly cards anymore. So don't send me butterflies. I guess those are the things. I'm a guy. I'm just not. I do hate butterflies. Yes, just I hate them. I mean, I like to see other people make them, and I can make a beautiful card with butterflies. Don't get me wrong. It's just when I make them a butterfly card, I feel really frilly. And I'm not a super frilly person. So in Spanish, we call it fufurufu. Fufurufu. Do you listen to music when you're crafting? Yes, I listen to. Uh, I love to listen to worship music. Um, I like to listen to. Uh, I like to listen to hymns, and I like to listen to contemporary hymns, hymns that have kind of been updated. Uh, I love listening to. There's an Australian group called. I think it's called. I can pull it up here. Not trying to proselytize or anything, but just City of Light. City of Light is one of my favorites to listen to. I also like to listen to Shane and Shane. There's another group called Worship Circle that I really like. Super, super good, solid theological hymns that aren't just fluff. I like to do that. Gems or sequins? What do you prefer? Gems. Sequins are good. I like to tuck them underneath my die cuts, but I really like, I just really like uh, Trinity Stamps boiled sugar jelly hearts. I don't know if you can see that. Boiled sugar jelly hearts are clear. I also like to use half pearls, like these. They're also from Trinity Stamps. They're called silver satin baubles, and then the gold ones as well. There are these really great stars from Simon Says Stamp. I don't know when they came out, but these stars here, I have them in this little container. Ooh, come on and focus. There we go. Look at those stars. They're iridescent. I really like those. So some kind of gem. I like those better than sequins, but I do like sequins too, especially Catherine Pooler sequins. Like this one here is Oslo. I have tons of Catherine Pooler sequins. I use those a lot, especially for shakers. It's time to wrap up. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Please tag Daniel in the Facebook group with your inspired creations and any more questions. And follow me, please, on on Instagram.com/DellandArty, YouTube.com/DellandArty, Facebook.com/DellandArty. Thank you guys, and I'll talk to you later.